Right, good morning everybody. Welcome to the Rickmansworth Waterways Festival.
The iconic Rickmansworth Festival, which has been a feature of the local community for the last 30 years, will not take place in 2024, the organisers have announced. The news comes in the wake of Three Rivers District Council's recent implementation of an Asbestos Management Plan for the Aquadrome. This means the Aquadrome is now a no-dig zone, meaning that penetrating the ground on the site is prohibited. My local news spoke to Dr. David Montague, Festival Director and Chairman of the Rickmansworth Waterways Trust, to hear more.
The Rickmansworth Festival started in 1993, and that was the first event in the Aquadrome. And I've been running it for 20 years as Festival Director, but I'm also Chairman of the charity that organises the event, which is Rickmansworth Waterways Trust. And so Rickmansworth Waterways Trust has put this event on for the community to raise funds for its education work at Batchworth Lock. So the money we raise has helped pay for building our education centre and for all our running costs for the last 30 years. So it's been a fundamental part of our income. So we haven't made this decision lightly. It puts us in a very difficult financial position, and if there was any way of us going ahead with an event, we would have tried to do so. However, the restrictions on putting anything into the ground, and also communicated verbally to me in a meeting, also driving on the ground, means that for a small team of volunteers who organise this event for the community every year, it takes the event out of the scale of what we can possibly manage. Our major challenge is fixing some of the bigger structures like marquees, staging. We cannot do that without putting stakes in the ground. If we wanted to secure them with heavy metal weights or even big water barrels, we couldn't move those with volunteers. We'd need to bring in lifting equipment to do that. But if we can't move that lifting equipment on the ground, because we're being told that we can't disturb the ground in any way, that means it's basically physically impossible for us to do.
Last year we reported that it cost over $70,000 to put the festival on. How much of a challenge has it been in recent years?
Money has been a challenge over the last few years, finding the funds to put the event on. But money won't solve the problem, because the restrictions on how we can use the site means it's really physically impossible for us to run an event as we have been doing over the last 30 years.
The festival won't be going ahead in 2024, but is there any hope of a return in the future?
At the moment, with the restrictions in place, I can't see a way of being able to use this event, use this space for events in the future, not as we have done in the past. We've been asked about whether we can relocate the festival to a different site. Well, it started as a canal festival, and our headquarters is at Batchworth Lock. We rely on using all the resources there to manage the event. That's where our office is, that's where our education centre is, we've got all our storage there. So moving to another site would take the event away from Rickmansworth. There's been suggestions we could move to Casselbury Park, but that's Watford. That's not Rickmansworth. That's not where we operate in the community as a charity. There's been talk of splitting the site, having another site elsewhere. That essentially is like running two festivals. And for our team, it is just impossible for us to take on any larger scope of event that would be outside the capability of our volunteers. I have a trustee meeting this Thursday where we're discussing what our options are for not only the festival and whether we can do anything smaller, maybe smaller music events at Batchworth several times a year. That may be something we could consider. But the key thing is how we work out a financial solution for the trust. That's what the trustees are concerned about. Our primary purpose is providing education at Batchworth. It is not providing festivals for the community. The festival is there as a way of supporting our education and conservation work. And so we have to be true to our key charitable objectives and look at how we can secure our financial stability to secure our education work.
Darius Morgan, My Local News.